China may not have started talking about those tariff cuts with the U.S., but other countries certainly are doing that. Now, let's come back home to Nigeria as we join Dr. Peter Abe, or he joins us to tell us what's happening intraday at this time. Dr. Abe, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, and thanks for having me.
Great. So we see a slight drop the NGX this afternoon, different from what we had yesterday, but I guess it's so minute we could ignore it, or should we be worried? What's trade looking like at this time?
Well, I suspect the last update you got, we had more updates on that. So at the moment, market has gained 1.06%. I mean, if you ask me the names that are driving the stocks, we've seen the likes of Nestle, ETI, and as well as MTN. They've gained almost 10%. I think investors are just trying to gets into most of these names, having seen the turnaround, especially coming from the negative, from losses that they had previous year, and the first quarter looked promising, and investors are really meaning beyond the first quarter that it will be a good one going into the half year and also to the end of 2025. So we've seen investors taking position in most of these names, consumer, telco, and I feel this will also continue going into the remaining of the week.
Oh, interesting. But that means the impact of the results is, I mean, that's not what's driving now. Or what exactly do you think is driving this move by investors?
So I think if the results, yes, but also have to look at the sectors. I mean, if you look at the banks, yes, most of them declare good numbers, but compared to the previous year, it was more of a decline, more of a stability really, because most of the gains were seen from FX gains last year, revaluation gains. But I mean, looking at the consumer, which had losses previous year due to their foreign loans and the revaluation losses they have. So it's a sort of a twist. Investors are just looking at the names that are promising for now. Banks are just stabilized, but for the consumers, it's a more of a rebound, and investors see read mini beyond the Q1, and they feel that will also continue Q2 as well as going to the end of 2025.
Yeah, one could also say it's, I mean, we've seen a drop in the market, decline in the stock prices, and investors are just thinking, well, this could be a good time, irrespective of what's going on globally, and all of that. Nigeria's markets always seem to be isolated from all of that. Could it just be that investors just see, well, it's a good time because looking at the prices, to put some money somewhere?
You also agree with me that sometimes we have cycles in typical stock markets. Most of the time, we may bottom. Well, I will not say bottom out, but I mean it may become attractive, low prices like you acknowledge. So some investors may want to come in again, and the cycle will continue like that. But definitely, we are not really shielded. Or we still react to most of this. I mean, the international and global issues, we still have that affecting us. But with the pause in the tariff from the US, I think, I think the major concern is just the crude oil price at the moment. Investors are really meaning beyond these numbers and going into the remaining of 2025, how they can position and have a good one for their portfolio.
All right, Dr. Abe. So, I mean, from your perspective, it's a positive close for the day, I guess.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.